Remember this. There's a being out there that calls himself Dunstan. It looks like a man, but it isn't. It is a malignant creature, evil and ancient. It took my friends, my life, my face. When I meet Asher, I'll pray that someone can stop it. Now we know. Now we know why the Dunstan that left the Tomb of Terrors seemed alien to Shiva. Because it wasn't Dunstan. Dunstan died here. The Dunstan that left is a faithless, one of the ancient enemies that was trapped here. You could, yeah, you could definitely say that. But our foe is not a typical enemy. Our foe has been around for a lot longer than we have. Is stronger than us. The Faithless were pretty much the top enemies during the War of the Second Eclipse, I believe it was. Where is it? Yeah. And it took an Archangel, Michael, to defeat them. Last I checked, we don't have an angel with us right now. We might be a bit out of our depth. Well, I suppose all we can do is actually escape the Tomb of a Thousand Terrors right now. We are still stuck here. Luckily, I believe we're near the end. When we press this, the exit should be made clear to us. Doesn't mean we're not getting out without a fight, because I believe we're just about to be ambushed. Ambush. Okay, so apparently we are getting out without a fight. So Tomb of a Thousand Terrors level 5. This level... Are you sure this isn't the Tomb of a Thousand Teleporters? I honestly didn't see that one. Yeah, you can probably see what I'm meaning. There is a pattern to these. And there we go. And that's the entrance, but we can't go through it. The reason being is the game will not allow us to continue until we've spoken to Iruna here. A dark elf. Regal composure. Apparently we're on the same side. We haven't had much luck with dark elves in the past, have we? Who are you? Although it's already told us her name. Her name is Iruna. And there's a common enemy, Erebos, the master of assassins. The faceless we know as Dunstan. It's quite a long story, and this place is not safe. We're going to go to her camp, which actually is just next door where that square was. But Iruna, we've been a thorn in Erebos' side and forced him to accelerate his plans. We don't have much time. Okay. There's a few of you here. What are we going to be doing about it? Being former children of the forest has its perks. Well, yeah, elves. Earth magic allowed us to open a crack in the mountain, which we used to enter the tomb. This is our way out. So we have a way out. Once we're outside, warn our peoples of the threat that Erebos poses. There's little they can do on their own, but we might be able to defeat the Master of Assassins before he succeeds at whatever he's trying to achieve by starting the war. Or, yeah, from what we've heard from John Morgan, the reason why he's here is to stop a war between everyone, I think. The Empire and everyone. There's one last thing we must know. If we do face Erebos, do not look into his mask. That's how a faceless can channel the powers of darkness to change appearance and control weak or receptive minds. So that is how he took Dunstan's face. Dunstan looked at him. He probably didn't have a weak mind. He just had a weak body. He probably wasn't receptive, so Erebos just took his appearance. Maybe we're strong enough to resist him, but wouldn't want to bet the future of this region on it. On the other hand, if you find a way to remove his mask, we might stand a chance. So remove his mask, we might win. Dark Magic Master. Strange that we get that training here. I believe we can get that in Carfell, in the slums. I believe that's at the Magic Guild in the slums. Prime Magic Master, also in Carfell. And Yeshtar. The Dagger Grandmaster. So, if you've been looking for the Grand Master of Dagger for all this time, here he is. He doesn't want gold, at least not at this point. Only accept dream shards as payment. Sad dreams, joyful ones. If you want him to train you, you must be ready to share your purest and strongest sentiments. If we accept, all characters will lose 1 spirit point. I'm not going to go for Grandmaster anyway, so... But I would... But if I was to, I do have Tina ready if she was going for it. So I would need to lose 1 spirit point at least. But no, we're not going to waste points when I can't actually get the skill. We do have a dream shard though, and he did say something about dream shards. Let's talk about Erebos and a few other things now. A long time ago, angels and faceless waged war against each other. Terrible conflict which wrought unfathomable destruction to the world, and which we now know as the Elder Wars. Angels and faceless agreed to a truce known as the Twilight Covenant. But not all faceless were in favour. Oh, sorry. Erebos was the worst of those. He had been their greatest champion, a tactical genius, and this is the person we're going up against? Once the war was over, he became a threat to the fragile peace between light and darkness. When they refused to lay down arms, his own people imprisoned him here. So the Tomb of 1,000 Terrors is not a tomb. It is Erebos' prison. He was freed by some foolish adventurers 12 years ago, and has been plotting his revenge ever since. What his ultimate goals are? Who knows? The mind of a faceless is a labyrinth of shadows. Castor has some theories. Talk to him if you want to hear them. How about yourself, Aruna? After her mother's death, left her half-brothers fighting for the scraps of her legacy, and sailed south, established her own kingdom of Inchanost under the small island of Farwind in the Tyria Bay. But neither Ireland nor the Empire would leave us in peace. The Dark Elves do have that reputation, unfortunately. So there was a little skirmish, and Inchanost fell. Only a handful of people remaining sought help from her father and found him under Erebos' spell. Thought I could free him and make an enemy, but made an enemy of the Master of Assassins instead. We've met a mysterious elf going around. That is her father, Salvin. When her mother died, he swore revenge against all of her enemies. Sylvan cousins of Irulan, the Knights of the Empire. Erebos found him and offered him vengeance. Very quick way into an already desperate mind. He was a good man once. First to understand the need of the people and found the kingdom. But he's not that man anymore. He's become Erebos' thing. Maybe he can be saved, but she doubts it. Castor, you've got some theories. What are Erebos' plans? Having rejoined the people only recently, I could offer an objective line of thought when it comes to Melassa and her faceless children, with enough distance to see what others might not. We're talking of a faceless, a creature born of darkness, and darkness hates clarity. Sounds simple, put that way, and it is. The secret and beauty of Erebos's plan is not as much about the goal than the means to achieve it. Convinced this whole situation is his way of proving himself Melassa's greatest servant, by creating schemes so complicated, so labyrinthine, so utterly obfuscated. Would you like to have any larger words, Castor? That even Uriel's deception might seem straightforward in comparison. When the dust settles, nobody will be able to say who started the war or why. Has something to do with the old city of Kafal. Heard it right, Kafal, not Carthel. Was a great faceless citadel, harbouring one of the most sacred temples, the most fabled invisible library. When the Elder Wars started, the angels led by Michael struck Kafal first, to cripple the enemy's power for good by destroying both the temple and the library. Seems fair enough, go for the biggest target. But legend says as Melassa herself took the library on her wings to hide it out of the angels' reach. So only the temple was there. And instead of destroying it, they converted it to become a cathedral to Elrath, the vigil of Kafal, to prevent darkness from ever coming back. Light and darkness, the two opposites. Around the vigil, the modern city grew, and years past, Kafal became known as Carthel. That is the nature of language. Words get is rife in just ancient to from older language styles to newer language styles. Words get changed slightly, and they take on a similar meaning or a different meaning, but are still a little recognizable, but not fully. It's not surprising why Erebos has chosen Carthel to start the war. No, he's probably going for the Temple of Carthel, isn't he? Now I don't really want to talk to you about yourself. Knowing a bit more about the Faithless, though, how we can deal with them. Spent 20 years under their tutelage, learning the way of the shadows. Taught him other things as well, pain, madness, the whispers in the dark. If we're going against one of them, I can offer the following advice. Don't believe anything they say. Don't believe anything you see. Only believe in your blade and learn some light spells. Well, considering I have Tina with blades, Ray with a blade on the end of her spear, and Iris with her axes, I think I've got the blades sorted, and the light magic is being held by Shayla, so I'm fine. Do you know how to see this memory? We do have this dream shard.
We're here to help.
Added quest, Memory Lane. Curiosity killed the goblin. Let him keep the shard once the vision is over, and he'll let us experience the memory it holds. What do we say? We did get this from the body of Dunstan, so seeing what's inside might actually help us. Let's have a deal.
Yay!
Word of warning though. Powerful event that must have occurred to give birth to this stone. Cannot say if what you'll experience will be a dream or a nightmare. Some of it might not makes sense at first. Symbols and truth might be entwined. Times and places might be mixed together, but it won't be less dangerous. Now close your eyes and breathe. Welcome to Dunstan's memory. Hello, Shiva. Found this sunken temple of the Nagas, fabled Thunder Peak. So many places to see, and life is so short. You're lost. Enjoyed travelling around Fallon's 7 cities and among the islands of the Savage Sea. Starting to miss the forests of Irulan. Think this will be his last adventure. Once this is over, he'll return home. Ragnar. Who's not able to get a drink? And Artemis. Bad feeling about it. May Elwrath like guide and shield us upon our journey. And a soothsayer. I see ambition in your eyes, an urge to unearth Ashen's ancient lore. Do you hear the spirits whisper? Their chanting of secrets long forgotten, of fabled treasures, and innumerable dangers lurking below the mountains that divide the children of Arath and the untamed wing. The Ventir rage. So we're going to go to Carthel and feel this journey will change our lives. Only fully. Do you notice though we still have our party? Yeah. So, the journey. And I think they're at the Tomb of Terrors. And they're ready for a fight. Don't have the right key to open the door. No magic can prevent us from unveiling the secrets in this dragon-forsaken place. It's our destiny of this, he is sure. One shadow, no honor, no glory, no mercy. So many terrors are buried in this tomb. Just remember the name. There are 1,000. The door is open. Let us walk through. Where did the entrance go? And we have teleporters. As I said, are you sure this isn't the Tomb of 1,000 teleporters? But that's not all we have. This is a teleporter maze, essentially, that we are in now. Each of these little platforms has a teleporter. And that's not where I want to be. No, that's definitely where I want to be. Let's take that, and the money, Griffin Ring can stay there. No, still don't want to be there. Yeah, because that is actually... That one's the entrance, that one's where we want to go, I believe. No, that one's where we need to go eventually. Sometimes this place confuses me. And when I mean sometimes, I mean all the time. Maybe we have to go through there. Yeah, I guess we're going through that. Artemis is using her sealing spell. We have already heard that she did this. I believe it's in Dunstan's last adventure that we heard what she was doing. This is the door that she broke with the light of Elrath. Yeah. And we already knew how that worked out for her.
Greg, I need to hit something. Stupid.
What was it in that he said? Dunstan's last adventure? They tore Artemis in half, as we just saw. Yes. Things attacked us from the shadows. Never seen in there such creatures. Nasty things, all fangs and claws and tentacles. I think these fit the bill, don't you? The Terror. These terrors are essentially shadow elementals. They are almost exactly the same. I'd say almost because I believe they're slightly stronger. I'm actually not sure if they have a. You might do. Imperial boots. They can stay there. I'm not even sure that they have a. Entry in the bestiary. I believe they take on the same properties as the Elite Shadow Elemental. I'm not completely certain though. But now that we're through, we just have to follow in the steps of Dunstan and the group, minus Artemis. It's not only the shadow elementals though. We are getting terror versions of the Shadow Watchers.
Well, thank you for that.
Again, I believe they are slightly stronger.
I'll kill you.
But I can't exactly tell you.
Now is not a good time.
Terrors die first because pain reflection. It's essentially the same as what I've been doing.
No, it can't be.
Yeah, I would definitely say that think these are slightly stronger to what I was facing back in the Tomb of a Thousand Terrors, the standard version that we were. Everything seems a little bit stronger here. Okay, 3,000, so that can go. That's 5,000, so that's definitely going sane, and that's 2,000. Okay. I'm near the end though, so I can rest as needed. I've got 15 sets of food, which is nice. And we're back at the start. Yeah, this place is thoroughly confusing. Do not be surprised if you get lost a lot.
Something is coming our way.
And attacked a lot. Feeble mind, that is perfectly fine. I don't care about that.
They're flanking us.
You can get your armor torn, you can die, and we'll see what that is in a moment. Okay, and you can heal Ray. And a level up, nice. Dragon Spear for 5,000, okay. Yeah, there are so many teleporters actually in this area. Aha, that is the one I need to go through. But I do want to check all the others. Mostly because, well, I just want to be sure that I'm not leaving any treasure chests behind. So I have been through all of them except this one, which I believe is later on. You were behind the chest, so that's fine. Yes, so I've been through all of the... I believe it's this one? Yeah. Yeah, so again, retracing the steps of Dunstan's memory. And if you remember, Ragnar, ever brave, held them off. Where was it? Shiva he lost, and Dunstan fled through a tunnel. True defender, Ragnar stayed behind to cover their escape. Repelled a few assaults. Then something caught him and hurled him into the abyss. There is our defender.
Something is coming our way. Be ready.
And wonderfully, we've got more terrors to defeat, because we're taking on the part of defending right now.
I kill you.
You're going to be ignored for the moment, though. I'm still fine for health.
Och, not mule.
Yes, I know. I'll look at that stuff in a moment.
Oh, it broke.
Oh, my axe of relentlessness is damaged. Okay, we'll just switch over to the might one. I'd rather have the main damage. Well, the one that isn't broken on my main hand. It's just a thing. But once I get that fixed, it'll be fine. She is going to do slightly less damage though. Yeah, 46 with the broken weapon. Not exactly helpful. Right, let's get that up. And kill you.
They do.
And Iris gets a level.
My
Excellent.
skill is improving.
And since I need mana, I'll just take this opportunity to rest. And we'll move a bit further up.
This one is
I didn't go and get the items, did I? Oh well, we'll check them in when we go back down. But yeah, he's a bit further back now.
I feel stronger. I kill you.
There's another level, and how far is... I'm still another 500 away, so that's what? 8 enemies? Won't quite get it in this set. Anything I can use there? Not really. Oh well, hitting them with our weapons it is. I probably should be breaking their blocks, but oh well. And you're dead. Feeble-minded on Ray, that is fine.
They do.
Heal up. And you're down. Okay. 2,800 now. Nothing. 2,000, 2,000, 2,800. Okay. Nothing useful there. And Ragnar. Thank you. But there he goes. just like it said. Then something caught him and hurled him into the abyss. I might be wrong, but those weapons look familiar. Have I just been missing it, and that the because that looks a bit like the shield of the sun, and that sort of looks like the mace that we had, that we found in the wrecked ship. Have I just been missing that you've been wearing relics? Yeah, maybe I have. But we're back to teleporters. We've taken a little bit more of the story. And now we need to find our way again. Unfortunately, that means me looking this way again. Ah, there we go. So that one was not right. Neither was that one. So it was this one up here. More enemies?
Something is coming our way. Be ready.
Wow, that's a lot of enemies. That's a lot more enemies than I was expecting.
Well, thank you for that.
Let's regeneration with you, and well, start killing off these terrors. Because I think that's the best thing I can do. And I get the feeling they're going to come around and fight me on this side as well. Heal yourself. I might be okay though. Right, that's that one down. These shadow watchers are dying first, obviously. And why am I not skull cracking them? To stop their spells. Okay. Skull crack. Hurt you. Put that up. Kill you and heal yourself. And everyone has leveled. Normally I would not do it until after the combat, but this is a fairly substantial combat, so let's do it in the middle. It's not much, but these little bits might be of assistance to me. And I only meant to do Might and Destiny on Ray. Oh well. So level 30. Iris, you are working on medium armor? Medium armor. Ray, you are working on arcane discipline. Okay. Tina, you are working on endurance. No, you're not. You're working on arcane discipline. And Shayla, you're working on heavy armor. One more level and I can actually put some decent armor on you. Okay. Back to what I was doing. You're dying. And, well, now you're dying. Celestial armor. And kill you. Okay, you're down. Suppose it doesn't really matter. We'll just take you on. Oh, you drop restoration potions, do you? I'm now up to 52 of them. Wow. I'm not even sure I'm going to actually use them all by the end of the game. I'm likely going to be using a couple, but I'm not sure how many. Just do that and finish this fight. Okay, so that's not necessary. Nope. It's okay. Nothing above 3,000 though, so okay. And after that, I'm going to rest. So yeah, we have had a few significant encounters in this area. The terrors are not to be trifled with. They're pretty much the same as the Watchers and the Shadow Watchers and the Shadow Elementals. Just that little bit stronger.
Something is coming our way. Be ready, stupid.
You are not a Shadow Elemental or a Shadow Watcher. You're a dragon. Let's put that up. Let's have you come towards me because I'd rather you not do Withering Breath again, please. It is a darkness attack, so let's put that up. Yeah, I did buy these wards for a reason. Wasn't actually expecting this. I completely forgot about this encounter. Hill party. And I don't have any well, looks like the poison's going to be sticking around for a while. Malbeth. Funny, I don't remember a dragon being in Dunstan's journal. Obviously large, because just look at the thing. Essentially it's a boss shadow dragon. And it pretty much hits like a truck. Yeah, let's just hit it. Oh yeah, you have stun as well, don't you? Let's do that. Okay, Tino is no longer stunned. Ray is still stunned. Let's do that. Let's get some cure poison going, might as well. That will do fine. And some damage. Well, so much for the poison thing. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm just going to have that happen. But no one is stunned now. Excellent. Celestial armor. Don't think there's anything else I can really do to this to get it down even further. So let's just hit the thing. Wow, Ray. Okay. And that's what happened to Dunstan. He didn't. He got separated. Funny there was no mention of the dragon. But now we know how he got separated. And now we see what he saw. Erebos. Servant of Melassa. This is his words. Betrayed by his own kind, are left to rot in this prison until time itself unravels. Until he is only a shadow in the darkness, left without thought or reason. But it looks like the Maiden of Fate has other plans. He is free, thanks to these raiders. And Dunstan, yeah, looks like he would never lost his resolve, which is why Erebos took his visage. You may regret your past actions, but you cannot unmake them, not even in your dying dream.
Yes, more glory.
Memory lane completed. Now we know the story of how Erebos was freed and took Dunstan's everything. So we have returned to the Tomb of a Thousand Terrors. We can go back in. We can still talk to them. We cannot do the quest again. Obviously, it was a special instance and he's taken away the shard from us. But we can also escape. The exit that was here, as you can see, has been opened to us. And we can leave the Tomb of a Thousand Terrors for the Aegean Peninsula. Updated quest. Out of the darkness. Report to John Morgan. And we will do that next time. But first, I want to actually check to see where we end up when we go back in. If we can go back in. We can go back in. Where does it take us? Ah, just straight into this group. Okay, so it gives us easy access now to the Dagger Grandmaster, Prime Master, Dark Magic Master, if you want it. To be honest, you should have Dark Master and Prime Master already by going to Carfal.
Watch your step. Falling into a crevice in the middle of the night is not a good idea.
But the Dagger Grandmaster is definitely worth it if you are going for, like what I have done, a Grandmaster Dagger user. Well, I say I've gone for it, but I haven't, have I? I can't go for that actual skill. So back to John Morgan. He's going to be absolutely thrilled of what's happened in this, isn't he? Knowing that we now have
I hope some brigands attack. Crushing skulls help orcs to sleep.
not a maverick raider in Dunstan, but a very, very malicious, faceless on our hands with Erebos, someone a whole lot more dangerous. I need to go and offload. I'm going to go and do that, and next time we'll talk to John Morgan, see what he has to say about our situation. Not very good news coming to him. Until then, have a wonderful day. Have lots of fun. Goodbye.